Ted Bundy. The name itself sends chills down spines, evoking a visceral reaction of fear and unease. A chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature, a side that can be hidden behind the most convincing of masks. Bundy was the embodiment of pure evil, yet he hid behind a mask of normalcy, even charisma. His ability to appear so ordinary was perhaps his most sinister trait. He was handsome, articulate, and seemingly charming, traits that he used to his advantage in the most horrifying ways. Using these traits, he disarmed his victims, luring them into a false sense of security. They never saw the danger coming. Bundy often feigned vulnerability, using crutches or a sling to appear harmless and in need of help. This act of deception was meticulously planned. He would approach young women, often on college campuses, asking for assistance with simple tasks, such as carrying books to his Volkswagen Beetle. His requests seemed innocent enough. His friendly demeanor and clean-cut appearance disarmed his victims, making them more likely to trust him. They saw a well-dressed, polite young man. This calculated facade of normalcy was Bundy's most terrifying weapon. It allowed him to move through society unnoticed. It allowed him to blend in, to appear unassuming and approachable. He was the wolf in sheep's clothing. His victims, often drawn to his apparent kindness, had no reason to suspect the monster lurking beneath the surface. They were completely unaware of the danger. They saw a charming young man in need, not the cold-blooded predator he truly was. This duality made Bundy one of the most terrifying figures in criminal history. The Pacific Northwest, known for its breathtaking beauty with its dense forests, towering mountains, and serene landscapes, seemed an unlikely setting for a series of horrifying events. Yet, it became the backdrop for Bundy's early reign of terror, a place where the natural beauty masked the sinister activities unfolding within. Young women began to disappear with alarming regularity, their vanishings shrouded in mystery and fear. The community was gripped by a growing sense of dread as each new disappearance was reported. Brenda Ball, a Seattle woman, vanished without a trace. She was last seen in a tavern, engaging in conversation with a man who had his arm in a sling, a detail that would later become hauntingly familiar. Then came Susan Rancourt, a diligent student at Central Washington State College. She disappeared after attending a late-night film festival, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and broken hearts. Again there were whispers of a man with an arm injury, a man whose description eerily matched that of Bundy. The pattern was becoming disturbingly clear, yet the authorities struggled to connect the dots. The disappearances continued unabated, each one sending shockwaves through the community and deepening the mystery. Families were left in anguish, and the sense of safety in the region was shattered. One particularly chilling case involved Georgian Hawkins, a bright and promising student at the University of Washington. Her disappearance struck fear into the hearts of many. Witnesses reported seeing Hawkins talking to a man near a Volkswagen Beetle, a seemingly innocuous detail that would later become chillingly significant in the investigation. Despite these early clues and near misses, Bundy remained elusive, slipping through the fingers of law enforcement time and time again. The police were baffled, unaware that the monster they sought was hiding in plain sight, blending seamlessly into the very fabric of the community he was terrorizing. Bundy's crimes escalated on a warm July day at Lake Sammamish State Park, a popular recreation spot near Seattle. Witnesses watched in horror as a handsome young man, his arm in a sling, approached groups of young women, introducing himself as Ted and asking for help with his sailboat. Two young women, Janice Ott and Denise Naslund, fell prey to his ruse and vanished without a trace. However, this time, there was a glimmer of hope. Another young woman, who had also been approached by Bundy, managed to escape his clutches. Her detailed description of the suspect, his appearance, his demeanor, and his Volkswagen Beetle provided police with their first real break in the case. The Lake Sammamish abduction sent shockwaves through the region. The carefree atmosphere of the park was shattered, replaced by fear and suspicion. Bundy's mask was beginning to slip, his true nature revealed in the broad daylight of a sunny afternoon. The police, armed with a description and a growing number of leads, were closing in, unaware that their quarry was about to make a daring escape. The community, once a haven of relaxation and joy, now found itself gripped by a palpable sense of dread. Parents held their children closer, and young women were no longer seen alone. The serene waters of Lake Sammamish, which once mirrored the clear blue sky, now seemed to hold dark secrets beneath their surface. The authorities intensified their search, combing through every clue, every piece of evidence, hoping to catch the elusive predator. Little did they know, Bundy was already planning his next move, always staying one step ahead, a master of deception and disguise. The hunt was on, and the stakes had never been higher.